the coaches tell you, just build a lead magnet, build a great landing page, then sit back on the beach with a cocktail in hand and watch as your list absolutely grows like crazy. But what do you actually write on that landing page to get the right people downloading your freebie and joining your list? In today's video, I'm going to share my copywriting tips to dramatically increase the conversions on your landing pages. These are the exact same tips that I use to get my own landing pages converting at upwards of 80% from organic traffic. If you want to start seeing those kind of conversion stats for your landing pages, then keep on watching. Plus, if you stay till the end of today's video, I'm going to share some of the sneaky formulas that I put into my landing pages to get more of the right people saying yes to my offer. If you're new to this channel, my name is Melinda Kitto, but you can call me Mel. And if you want tips on how to create a juicy and compelling message that gets the right people to sit up and pay attention, make sure that you subscribe and hit that bell to be notified when I upload a new video every week. Before we get into the actual components of your landing page copy, I feel like this might be stating the obvious, but it kind of needs to be said. You've got to make sure that your lead magnet is a must-have offer. Because it doesn't matter how great your copywriting skills are, if your offer is lukewarm, if people are coming to the page and they're going, I'm not sure if I really need that, then they're clicking away. And it wouldn't matter whether you had the juiciest, most compelling language on that page. If the offer itself is not something that makes people go, oh my God, that's exactly what I need, then that could be the problem with your landing page rather than the copy. If you feel like your lead magnet needs a little bit of work to make sure that it is a must-have offer that's going to attract the right people to your list, check out this training that I ran recently on how to choose the right lead magnet to attract a flood of potential buyers to your list. And I will link to that in the description as well. With those things in mind, let's get into the actual copywriting tips. So tip number one when it comes to writing compelling copy for your landing pages is to keep it simple. We really need to remember, what is the purpose of this landing page? To get conversions, right? It doesn't need to tell your life story. It doesn't need to give 1,000 testimonials. It literally just needs somebody to say, yes, here's my email address. And I see so many people really overcomplicating their landing pages and almost writing like mini sales pages just to get somebody to download a lead magnet. But the thing I really want you to remember is the more stuff that you cram onto a landing page, the more opportunity you're presenting for your potential lead to get confused and go, oh, is this actually right for me? And bounce off the page. Your landing page should really be seen as just that gateway. So when they arrive at that gateway, we just want to make it super simple, super easy for them to say, yes, I want to download that thing. So I want to know if this is something that you struggle with. Are you one of those people that really finds it hard to be concise when it comes to your copywriting? If so, put a hell yes in the comments and you will very quickly see that you are definitely not alone. But relax, if that is you, don't worry. The rest of the tips I'm going to share are really going to help you get your landing page copy super concise and just make it such an easy yes decision for people to be downloading your freebie. Tip number two when it comes to writing really compelling landing page copy is to make sure that you have a strong headline. Your headline should immediately tell me whether I'm in the right place. So your headline should really talk to a problem that your potential clients are experiencing that your lead magnet will help them to resolve. Or you can do the alternative where you use a headline that speaks to the desires that your potential clients have that, again, your lead magnet will help them to achieve. And I'm going to give you a little example from one of my highest converting landing pages. So this landing page is one of the highest converting pages on my site. And you'll notice when you first get to the page, one of the first things that your eye is drawn to is this blue headline here. And the headline reads, want to write scroll-stopping headlines that get the right people clicking on your content? It's a headline about headlines. That's kind of ironic. But you'll see there that I've actually chosen to use a desire-based headline. So I'm talking to what I know my peeps actually want to be able to do. They want to be able to write scroll-stopping headlines. I could have chosen to position that exact same statement as a problem that those people are experiencing. And if I was to do that, it would have sounded something along the lines of, do you struggle to write headlines that stand out from the crowd? Now, that's something that you can split test for your people because you might find that your particular audience responds much better to a desire-based headline, or your audience might respond much better to a problem-based headline. It really depends on the type of service that you're offering and also really what makes sense for the type of client that you're trying to attract. I go into more detail about how to write catchy headlines in this video right here, so I'll link to that in the descriptions if you want to check it out. Tip number 3 is to add a simple statement to explain what they're actually getting with your download and why they would actually want it. And often that statement is very simply a response to the headline. For example, your headline could say, are you struggling with this? And your statement could say, well, that's why you need this. Now, this statement does not need to be a paragraph. In fact, I'm talking a maximum of 1 to 2 sentences total. So let's see that statement in action back over on my landing page. So underneath that headline that I spoke about before, we have this one single statement, which really just reinforces this is what you're actually going to get. And you can see how this is an immediate response to the headline. Because I say, want to write scroll-stopping headlines? Well, here's what you do about it. You're going to grab these 15 formulas to help you craft killer headlines and juicy bullet points in minutes. So that statement is very simple. It tells them what they're going to get and why they should care about it, because they're going to be able to do the thing that they want to do in minutes. Tip number 4 when it comes to writing your landing page copy is to make it super sexy. And here's where we want to add a little bit more oomph to make it absolutely irresistible and make it a no-brainer yes decision. When I'm writing my landing page copy, I kind of want to create a little bit of a when Harry met Sally moment. I want my headline to make them say yes. I want my statement to make them say yes. And I want to add some really juicy and compelling bullet points that make them say yes, yes, yes! Or something like that. So adding some juicy bullet points really brings your offer home and makes them think, oh my God, that's exactly what I need. So these statements need to be really compelling. They need to really show off, why would you want this thing? What are you going to get out of it? And why is this an absolute no-brainer that you've got to get this thing in your inbox right now? So when we come back again to this landing page example, you can see how those juicy bullet points really come into play. So I need to scroll down beneath the fold here. This is for those people who just need that little bit more motivation to sign up. So I have a little bit of introductory text here. This kind of follows on from the single statement I used above the fold, but this is where we really want to pay attention, where you want to really look at those juicy bullet points and how I make this download seem irresistible and seem like the kind of thing they need to have in their inbox. So I've said with these 15 free simple formulas to create killer headlines and juicy bullet points, you'll be able to, first bullet point, nail freaking hot headlines in minutes. That's a really desirable outcome. Instead of wasting hours on rubbish headlines that just get ignored. That's something that I definitely don't want. All right. Number 2, we're going to capture the essence of what you offer in super sexy bullet points that make your dream client say, gimme, gimme, gimme. And these are things that I know my potential clients really struggle with. They go, how do I capture everything that I do in one single statement? So this is me saying, I'm going to show you exactly how to do that. And then the last one is finally get noticed for your brilliance and start to attract the leads and sales you deserve. Again, that is talking to a pain that I know my clients struggle with because they're putting all this time and effort into their content and they're just not getting seen. And it feels like such a waste of their time and they know they've got what it takes. So I'm really speaking to those problems that they're experiencing. I'm speaking to the desires that they really want to have. And again, I'm saying this is what you're going to get when you download this freebie. So get access now. Now, a bonus tip here when you're writing these juicy bullet points is to add in a little bit of curiosity. You don't want the bullet point itself to give away the answer. You want to pique their curiosity a little bit and have them going, oh, I want to know. And that's going to get them hitting that download button super fast. And I want to share a little example from one of my past clients to show you how this actually works. So my gorgeous client, Nicole Bathurst from Naturally Nick, is a phenomenal woman who really helps women to thrive after breast cancer. So she helps them to get their health back on track after they've completed their treatment. And most importantly, she really helps them to decrease the risk of that cancer ever coming back. And so we were working on some landing page copy together and we were looking at some of these juicy bullet points to help promote her lead magnet. And in the first draft, one of those juicy bullet points said why you should avoid alcohol to reduce the risk of your cancer returning. But can you see how we've just given away the answer there? We've told them what they need to do. We've told them that they should avoid alcohol. So we flipped that statement around to add some curiosity. And instead of just saying why you should avoid alcohol, we said instead, discover the common staple that is found at every family barbecue that is massively increasing your risk of your cancer returning. Can you see how that massively boosts my curiosity? Because all of a sudden there's this thing that is lurking around every corner and I don't know what it is. So people are going to want to download that to find out the answer. And that's going to do 2 things for Nicole. First of all, it's going to keep them engaged and actually encourage them to click that download button to find out the answer. And second of all, it's going to give Nicole a chance to actually explain why this is a really important decision to make if you want to minimize your risk of your cancer returning. So curiosity is a really important factor to bring into those bullet points to get people wanting to click and wanting to find out more. And tip number 5 is to close with a really strong call to action. All you need here is a simple button that says, do this now. We just want to keep this super simple so that they know exactly what they need to do to get their hands on your offer. Now, one of the trickiest parts about writing your landing page copy is getting those juicy bullet points to be really, really strong. But as you can see from the landing page example that I've been sharing throughout this video, I actually have a free guide which will help you with exactly that. And the really cool thing about this guide is that you don't just get these 15 simple formulas to throw together these really powerful statements super quickly, but I'll also show you exactly how to find really juicy and compelling language to put into those formulas to make your offer sound absolutely irresistible. So you can grab your free copy by clicking on this card, or I'll also pop the link in the description below. If this video was helpful, be sure to subscribe, share it with your friends, and hit that like button so that I know to make more videos just like this one. Now I'd love to hear from you, so comment below and let me know what have been your biggest takeaways from this video and what tweaks you feel like you need to make to your landing page to get them converting even higher. And while it is super important to have landing page copy that actually converts, it is equally important to be able to actually get traffic coming to that landing page. And in next week's video, I'm going to share my copywriting tips for organic social media posts that will compel your audience to take action without you having to fork out for expensive ad traffic. So stay tuned for that one, and I'll see you in the next video.